Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Papatron, the concerned alien parent. There are a lot of things and ideas the crew and I want to do, but there are a lot of obstacles in the way that we're trying to work through and around. A lot of this is new, so expect some fumbles and tumbles. We are learning as we go. So it may take a while before you can see everything we have to offer, but for now I hope what we do have to offer in this beginning stage will be enough. What I always wanted to do is create, write, act, do comedy, drama, sing, draw, analyze, make video games, so on and so forth. I like creating. I always had a passion for all the different art forms, and the idea of making something, the planning, the careful wording, being precise in what I want to portray, has always gotten me pumped. For the longest time, I was writing a lot of Transformers fanfiction, and started writing my novels, but due to real-life restraints, I unfortunately had to stop. Never having enough time or energy by the end of the day to do more than just sit down and watch something with my family before bed. I'm still in that position, but I started branching out, and I suppose one could say I have gotten serious about my passions. During my time of refocusing, dealing with mounting stress, mounting debts, and trying new things, I ended up coming across many interesting people. Some of them became my friends. It's funny how sometimes it's easier to make friends online than in real life, you know? As we talked over the months playing mobile games, we occasionally talked about our impressions and various ideas we had, and it all started sounding like we could actually start doing something of our own. We talked a lot about video games, so I started learning software. 1 hour every day for almost a month. And I realized that I was many years away from even a simplest game. With the current situation, it would have been better for me to either get a video game studio started while others code, or eventually learn coding myself. I never really stopped to think about how much work it takes to make even a simple video game, which makes me appreciate game developers that much more. We talked a lot about toys. What we want to see in them, details, possible improvements, shared our collections, shared our impressions of the upcoming official Hasbro toys and third-party Transformers. So I tried my hand in engineering, and I realized I had tried climbing a mountain with no gear and knowledge. I tried going back to writing, but it was not going very well either. One thing after another, I just could not make the regular schedule I needed to get anything going. Meanwhile, ideas only piled up. It was hard to stick to any sort of a schedule for us with young kids, endless chores, errands, and life giving us one problem after another to deal with. Each time I tried anything new, I realized that I needed to take yet another step back. One step back, another step back, more and more, until I finally found the place where I can finally start it all. Videos. I've been making memes for over 3 years now. Overwhelming majority of them were Transformers memes. Of course, there are some other that belong to other fandoms, and also some inside jokes, which we'll eventually get to. At this point, I've made over 3,000 memes of my own using various apps. Some of my memes, as I found out, have been circulating around some Transformers communities. I also love collecting memes. Eventually, I will be posting these too, but in separate videos to avoid confusion between what I have made and what other people have made. That is another thing I hadn't tried up until recently, making videos. Making a video with some music and pictures was something I could totally do. It's not something overly complicated, so I could learn it relatively quickly. I wouldn't need any expensive specialized equipment or software, and they wouldn't take a long time to make as long as I stayed organized. It was very inspiring to finally understand where I was in order to start doing just about anything. Of course, there is a lot of work to do, still is. Now that there's a way for me to get the ball rolling, I started taking it seriously and went to planning right away, from making a guideline for my videos, planning content, all the way to how this whole venture will work and where we're going to take it. Of course, there's no guarantee that any of this will have any remote success that we want it to. I have virtually zero experience with any of this. I have a lot to learn, and I still have to work around my busy schedule. I have hope, though, because this is something I've been keeping up with for over 4 months. Preparation and planning is where I need to excel in order to compensate for my current restrictions. And boy, oh boy, like I said before, there's so much more for me to learn than I could ever imagine. I guess if I had to pass down any wisdom or knowledge this episode from everything I've experienced so far, it would be to just try. Anyone can talk. Talk is very cheap. If you have a good idea, talking about it is very counterproductive for 2 reasons. One, talking about your idea and what you want to do has been proven by science to diminish your desire and aptitude to actually start it up. 2, just as importantly, if you keep going on and on, someone might eventually take your idea and do it themselves. And there will be nothing, much of anything, that you'll be able to do about it. It's like they tell all of us in school, show, don't tell. More accurately in this case, do, don't tell. If you're going to talk about your idea, bring it up when you actually accomplish some of your objectives to the people who you not only trust, but know will give you some sort of a feedback and try to help you out. I mentioned before that I've been keeping up with this for the past 4 months. Yes, time was a factor, but in the weeks it took me to get to this point, I was essentially learning the hard way what I needed to do, how to get the objectives completed, what to prioritize, organizing myself, finding the appropriate tools, so on and so forth. I kept up with it and spoke of my accomplishments and reasoning behind what I did. Just to give you an idea of what is to come in the next 2 to 3 months. 2 sets of meme videos. One will be PG-13, which will be posted shortly after this video, and another set for the more mature audiences posted next week. After the meme videos, I will be introducing a new video series called Papatron Talks, where I share my thoughts and experiences about various topics of both mine and your choosing. Lastly, I will be expanding into other social media platforms. I already have an Instagram and a Facebook, links for which I will be posting in the description. Next, I'm going to do Imager, and I'm hoping either Twitter or Reddit. There will be more coming down the pipeline, given how well everything goes.
Now, all we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.
Power flows to the one who knows how. Desire alone is not enough.
I am Papatron, the concerned alien parent. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.